Hello you guys and welcome to my third recap and review of the Crunchyroll anime Mysteria Friends. And today I'm going to be reviewing episode 3 of Mysteria Friends. This is my first time being back on camera in a while. I've mainly been doing voiceovers mainly just because, I didn't really know how to sync up audio with video, and I have this new mic, so it kind of makes things a little bit more difficult. But now I kind of know how to do that. Just so you know, I have my computer right here and my notes are up here. So when you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. And be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and be sure to follow me at the social medias on screen and in my description box. And without any further ado, let's get into this review of episode 3 of Mysteria Friends, titled Princess's Holiday. So the episode begins with An knocking on Gria's door. Gria opens the door and it's obvious that she's just waking up as she's in her pajamas. We can also see that Gria has cut her hair back to the length that it was previously before her molting period. Personally, I prefer her hair long just because I feel like it makes her look more mature and it does show growth because her hair is down her back and her body has obviously gotten bigger and is coming into more of an adult form. An asks Gria does she want to go shopping in town, to which Gria replies and says that because she's gotten bigger since her molting period, she has no clothing to wear. An, being the proactive thinker that she is, has already found something big enough for Gria to wear in public. We then cut to a little later and Gria and An are walking into town in what appears to be bad disguises, as pointed out by Gria, because soon after, surrounding townspeople notice Princess An right away and swarm her with their love and affection. We cut to An and Gria making their way through town, and they've now taken their disguises off because, people can see right through them. We then have a montage of An and Gria shopping, checking out stores, eating, etc. Later, An comes upon an alleyway that she asks Gria to explore with her. They walk down the rather lifeless alley for some time, as there are no other people around, and they come upon a clothing store. They go into the clothing store and see a vast array of apparel. There appears to be no one else actually in the store, not even the person who runs the place. They then go to look at a swimsuit that is on a mannequin. As they examine the swimsuit, the woman who was helping treat Gria during her molting period, who we now know as Miss Miranda, jumps up from behind the mannequin and is surprised to see An and Gria there. An and Gria are just as surprised to see that she owns a clothing store, as the school does not permit teachers to have side jobs. And wanting An and Gria to keep her clothing store a secret, Miss Miranda nervously tells them that they can have anything they want in the store for free. We then see An trying on various outfits, from casual wear to the likes of battle armor. Gria is in the background just watching while An and Miss Miranda judge outfits. Miss Miranda then tells Gria that she should try on something, and An agrees. Gria tries to run away and Miss Miranda waves her wand and puts locks and chains across all possible exits in the store. An and Miss Miranda then creepily walk towards Gria, and Gria gives into trying on the clothes. While Gria is in her dressing room, An tries on some bear-like furry pajamas, and Miss Miranda says that she should wear those to a sleepover, an idea that resurfaces a bit later. An and Miss Miranda wait outside of the dressing room that Gria is in and are astounded to see how good she looks. So good that Miss Miranda gives the outfit to Gria right away. We then cut to An and Gria sitting beside a waterway, eating ice cream. Gria looks over to the waterway and sees a small boat go by. She then asks An to take a ride with her. We then cut to that evening and An and Gria are out on the water, a little ways away from the town. An is somewhat nervous and reveals to Gria the secret that she doesn't actually know how to swim. She can use her magic to maneuver through water, as we've seen before, where in the previous episode she used a bubble to traverse the depths. But she doesn't actually know how to swim the normal way. Gria smiles when she hears this and says that there's finally something that Princess An isn't good at. Gria tells An that she had a good time with her today, and An says that she enjoyed spending time with her as well. Gria says that she would like to do things like this again sometime. An rushes over to hug Gria, but she does this in a way that makes the boat rock quite a bit. An then falls down on Gria and lands in the most intimate position ever known. They are speechless and keep eye contact for some time until An gets up. They then sit in the boat silent and taken aback by one another. An then awkwardly mentions the matching pajamas that Miss Miranda gifted to her earlier and asks Gria if she would like to do a sleepover, to which Gria replies with a no. We then cut to that night back on school grounds, and Anna's in her room wondering why Gria declined her invitation for a sleepover, because they're obviously good friends. We then cut to Gria, and she reveals that the reason she doesn't want to have a sleepover with An is because she likes to sleep with her tail between her legs and cuddle the end of her tail. Gria says that it's a bad habit that she can't seem to shake, and that she doesn't want An to see her in that position. We then cut to the after credit scene, and we have Miss Miranda dismissing her class. Before they leave class, An and Gria ask if there's anything they can help her with, and she tells them no. An and Gria then leave, and Miss Miranda is left alone in her class. Once the coast is clear, Miranda uses her magic to summon all of her clothing in order to work on her passion because she hasn't had a lot of free time in a while. After a while, she finishes 2 new outfits and says she needs someone to wear them for her. At that exact moment, Gria and An walk back into the classroom because An forgot something. They spot Miss Miranda strangely staring at the clothes. Miss Miranda turns around creepily in a very creepy fashion, and says their names in a also creepy manner. We can assume that she made them try on her clothes. The episode then concludes. So overall, I thought this episode was fun, I'm glad we finally got to see a bit more of the outside world other than what we have been limited to in the school. There weren't many strong story points in this episode, and I'm okay with that, to be honest. Well, actually there was in the boat scene, but I'm about to get into that. So in my opinion, from the way that fall happened and the aftermath of it with the girls acting shy and nervous and whatnot around each other, I believe there is a possibility that An and Gria could start and pursue a romantic relationship and could become more than friends. Now personally, after seeing that scene, I didn't think An and Gria were set up prior to that scene to be in a romantic relationship. Now obviously they have a very intimate friendship and they hang out a lot and they're very caring of one another, but at the time I didn't think that they had anything that spoke to a romance brewing, right? But then I thought about the way in which Gria tends to act around An, She turns red, she gets nervous, she has a hard time speaking around her sometimes. And maybe that's actually the way that they have been building up to this romantic, scene that's been taking place. Also, this isn't a bad thing, but I've come to accept that Mysteria Friends probably isn't going to have the traditional fantasy, story, that we've all become used to. I don't think at this point there's going to be a big adventure or, destroying evil magic and stuff like that. I think it's really just going to be, chill, fun episodes where we follow these characters around school and, see what they're up to, Overall, I did enjoy this episode. I'm sorry that my thoughts aren't too in-depth on this episode because, not a lot happened, to be honest. So, But before I go, I would like to say that I appreciate the people who have watched me. I don't have many subscribers, but people do watch me. And I really am thankful for that because sometimes I do get discouraged because I'm just like, I'm trying to make, these reviews for people and people don't watch. But for the people who do watch, thank you for that because it makes me want to continue to make videos. So thank you for that. Once again, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on my social medias that will appear on screen and in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.